Well, hey friends, Alicia Nodeman, author of the Don't Be a Stranger series. I've been doing some live readings from my newest book, Don't Be a Stranger to Difficult Conversations, on Facebook, and it occurred to me I haven't posted yet to YouTube. So this is for the YouTube family. Thank you all who support me. And if you want more live readings, please head on over to Facebook, follow me there. It's just my first and last name, Alicia Nodeman. And I would love to hear your comments on your takeaways, how you might be applying the information from my books to your life. It's always fun for me to know that the material that I've put out into the public arenas, that vulnerability is serving someone. So that said, one of the things I love doing is just randomly opening the book. So this is the third book in my Don't Be a Stranger series. Don't Be a Stranger, the original, is about connecting with strangers out and about in your world, creating moments of fun, creating moments where you carry yourself in a way that is disarming toward others, being able to invite more conversations and play into your world, even just in moments, or for lasting connections, job interviews, dating, romance, friendship. You just never know. Second book, Don't Be a Stranger to Grief, is about releasing grief over anything valued that is lost, whether that's to death or whether that's simply the loss of a dream, the loss of a life you thought you'd have, the loss of a relationship or a residence. And then Don't Be a Stranger to Difficult Conversations is all about how you can remain connected to yourself as well as to connection or meaningful interactions in a way where you're presenting yourself with authenticity, you're not avoiding the difficult conversations, and whether the relationship is meant to last or whether it's a moment in time where you want to carry yourself with your head held high and to be able to walk away with dignity. This book offers a lot of both material to help validate the humanness of why difficult conversations are hard, to normalize why we can sometimes tend to avoid them, and to speak to the incredible courage and presence that it takes to show up for these conversations in a way that is really honorable. So that said, what I like to do is just randomly open to a page and I look for a heading and I just read a section. So that's what we're going to do today. So right now I just opened chapter 10, Presence Before Persuasion. The space between words. The beginning of a difficult conversation sets the emotional temperature for everything that follows. The first moments are critical, not because of what's said, but because of what's felt. Before anyone hears your words, they register your energy. Tone, eye contact, posture, rate, and breath quietly signal whether the conversation feels safe, threatening, or worth engaging in. As Malcolm Gladwell describes in his work on thin slicing, people make rapid intuitive judgments based on very small cues, often before conscious thought even catches up. It's no surprise that research shows a 20-second hug can shift physiology by slowing the stress response, releasing oxytocin, and helping two nervous systems co-regulate into safety, which, by the way, a hug is co-regulation. Truth be told, there were many moments when I wanted a hug but didn't ask for one. In the silence that followed, my trusted friend would gently remind me to soften. It's hard to hug a porcupine. The body knows how to soften when given just a little bit of time and a little safety. These first moments are not about precision, they are about alignment. You might think that how someone receives your words or how their past shapes their reactions isn't your responsibility. Well, technically it isn't. Everyone is responsible for their own feelings and how they handle them. If your goal is real connection, however, ignoring how your words land is a mistake because people don't just hear your words, they feel them. Before a difficult conversation begins, how you set the stage matters more than people realize. Be thoughtful about where and how you initiate. Avoid having an audience. Honor privacy by choosing a space where neither of you has to worry about being watched, overheard, or judged like you're under a spotlight. Privacy reduces defensiveness and allows both people to stay present rather than self-protective. Choose a setting that's calm, neutral, and free from distractions, not because the conversation is fragile, but because attention is finite. When fewer things are competing for emotional energy, it is easier to stay grounded, to listen, and to respond rather than react. Protecting a relationship's integrity also means being thoughtful about how and with whom you speak about it. Seeking perspective from trusted people can be supportive, while venting can undermine respect and damage trust. When someone approaches you with something vulnerable, the starting point is simple. Thank them. Thank them for trusting you with their truth. Thank them for choosing honesty over withdrawal. Acknowledge that sharing their truth couldn't have been easy. Your gratitude signals safety and tells them they won't be punished for being real. While they are speaking, listen with warmth through soft eyes, an open expression, and full attention. For more on how to have effective, trustworthy, and connecting difficult conversations, I hope that you'll check out my book, Don't Be a Stranger to Difficult Conversations. Bye.